Now on CoastTV News.
New homes coming to Sussex, but some aren't happy about the construction.
Everything just started to shake in the house.
Hear from neighbors feeling the impact. Paid parking plans, Rehoboth considers extending the season of the meter, how local businesses are reacting. The electrofishing, a new attempt to rid the Chesapeake Bay of invasive species.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A new neighborhood coming to this spot along the coast. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight near Milton. On the east side of Shingle Point Road, that's where you're going to find bulldozers right now. But once construction is complete, there will be hundreds of new homes here. And the subdivision is going to be called Four Winds Farm. Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy is live in Milton with more on this. Brendan, you spoke with people who live nearby.
Good Friday evening, Christina. I'm here on the site, and construction workers were hard at work all day long, as you can see, but there are people who live across the street from all the construction that's going on, and when we spoke with them today, they told us that it's gotten to be a lot. More than 300 new single-family units coming to the coast. The new neighborhood called Four Winds Farm was approved by Sussex Planning and Zoning in June of last year. According to planning documents, the subdivision will include a clubhouse, pool, pickleball courts, and other amenities. Tim Biggs lives directly across the street from the site.
I want to make sure that they're just decent people coming in, because I have a family and I worked hard to get my property the way it is, and I want it to stay nice.
He says the construction has been the biggest inconvenience.
Everything just started to shake in the house, especially when they started using the bigger stuff. My whole house was shaking.
Joan and Jim Baker live 2 doors down from Biggs. They say they're getting ready to say goodbye to the view from their porch.
I really preferred having, a cornfield there, the deer coming through occasionally.
As you can see, there is a ton of construction equipment here on the site, and when we spoke to people like Tim and others who live nearby, they told us that it's this guy right here, the steamroller, that makes all the noise as early as 7 a.m. and sometimes shakes up their houses. It's only a matter of time before people can move on in and call Four Winds Farm home. We reached out to developers, and although we were unable to reach them, they do have documents say that there is a plan to add a 30-foot buffer using existing trees and other planting areas. Reporting live in Milton, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. And we do have a few more notes on this development. DelDOT completed a traffic study in the area, and the department is requiring the developer to include a 5-foot bike lane at the site and a 10-foot shared use path also along the property there. Moving on now, in Milford, there's some road work you should be aware of starting next week. Crews will be paving South Church Ave, Maple Ave, and Northwest 4th Street. According to the city, contractors are making progress on the new water line installation there. Again, it starts Monday, March 10th. Also in Milford, the Carlisle Fire Company says it's seeing an increase in calls. Officials say over the past several years, calls have gone from about 4,000 per year to 5,000 per year, oftentimes forcing the department to ask for help from neighboring services. And the company is expected to ask the city of Milford for $300,000 in a meeting next week. They're trying to keep up with demand. Now, some people who live in Milford say they're all for it.
It is a lot of money, but they have to weigh it out and see what's the best, best thing to do. Even if they don't get all of it, probably some of it would help. You never have enough fire people and people to I think it's volunteer to do that, because it's a dangerous job.
The president of the fire company tells Coast TV they do currently have 3 ambulances, but only the resources to fully staff 2 of them. So that means 2 people in each ambulance 24/7, 7 days a week. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know, how should towns and cities address increasing EMS needs? Let's take a look at the results, see what you all think. 63% saying state assistance is needed. 24% say more city funding. A few saying volunteer recruitment or private partnerships. We still want to know what you think. It is definitely not too late to vote, so head over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. Here's a live look outside right now into Ocean City, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams is going to join us for a check on the weather. Paul, how is the weekend looking?
Hey, the weekend's looking good, but next week is looking even better. I can't even wait for Monday, and I typically don't feel that way about Monday, but this is one of those cases. 47 degrees right now, Rehoboth Beach, along with 47 currently in Seaford. We're at 46 degrees in Del Mar at this present time, and we're holding at 46 degrees also in Georgetown. Now, the winds are pushing out of the southwest, so we're starting the warming trend a little bit early, and that's what it's going to be like with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour in the Indian River Inlet. But we're no longer under any kind of small craft advisor or anything like that. We had a sprinkle that feathered through quickly, but it's here, gone before you even recognize it. It's not a big deal. But Christina, next week is going to be a pretty big deal.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Paul. Well, parking has once again found a spot on the agenda in Rehoboth Beach. City leaders are discussing extending the paid parking season. The current season runs from May 15th to September 15th. City officials are debating extending that from May 1st to October 31st. One business owner tells us he just hopes the City Council takes the community's input into consideration.
I think it feels like the City Council may be a little out of touch as far as considering the seasonality of the area and the business owners and what we expect and rely on.
Now, another idea floated was just turning parking meters back on around the Sea Witch Festival in Rehoboth. Well, in January, Bethany Beach officials said the water in town had high levels of iron and magnesium. This is because the town's clarifier, which is meant to clean the water, is more than 30 years old. On your screen now is that clarifier, and now you're going to see a yellow circle on the screen. So that's where plans call for a second clarifier. Bethany Beach, though, does need approval from the public during a referendum vote on May 24th to install one.
I would vote for it. I want clean water. Everybody wants clean water.
New tonight, big news for Maryland's Eastern Shore. Avail Enclosure Systems is expanding. The company, it makes prefabricated buildings for electrical equipment. It's adding a second location in Kent County, Maryland. Governor Wes Moore says the expansion will create 45 new full-time jobs over the next 2 years. And the state and county are chipping in with funding to support the project. There is a new proposal to solve the blue catfish problem in Maryland. Nick Hargrove, a catfish processor on Tillman Island, is pushing for a Senate bill that would allow something called electrofishing. It's a method Hargrove said will allow for blue catfish harvesting year-round. It involves shooting a small electric current in the water, stunning the fish for around 30 to 40 seconds. And then when they float up to the top, fishermen can pull them aboard with the net. Hargrove says it will help them meet the state's goals of harvesting around 15 million pounds of invasive species.
That the fishermen can't use other gear kites to catch the fish. This will help keep our plant running, keep our market satisfied, and hopefully reduce the amount of blue catfish that are swimming around in the waters.
Hargrove says electrofishing is harmless to humans, and he hopes to work with Maryland's Department of Natural Resources to see where the method would be most effective. Hargrove says he expects to hear more discussion on the bill in the coming weeks in Maryland. Well, protests against cuts to federal scientific agencies rang out across the United States today, including here on Delmarva in Salisbury, where faculty at Salisbury University held a Stand Up for Science rally. It's in conjunction with the national protests in D.C., and professors voiced their concerns over scientific censorship, funding cuts, and partisanship in the scientific community.
When our students are coming to us and they want to do something that might be involved in the sciences and rely on federal funding for the sciences, our hands are tied. We don't want to discourage them. We want to be creating new scientists, but we also want to meet their realistic expectations. So we feel very helpless. as far as how we're able to help our students.
And some of the cuts have included layoffs at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the National Institutes of Health. The Trump administration is focusing on shrinking the size of the federal government as the country faces a $2 trillion deficit and $36 trillion in debt. Well, new tonight, key details about the deaths of Academy Award-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa. They're revealed by New Mexico officials Friday. The actor and his wife and one of their dogs were all found dead in their New Mexico home on February 26th. Sherelle Hubbard has more on what authorities say about their causes of death.
Discovered in their secluded New Mexico home last week, decomposing for days. Authorities said there were no signs of foul play. Hackman's body was found in the home's mudroom, his wife in a bathroom with scattered pills near her body and an open prescription bottle. Following an investigation, officials revealed Friday they both died of natural causes.
The cause of death for Miss Betsy Hackman, aged 65 years, is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome.
Hantavirus is a rare disease that can infect humans through contact with rodents. Investigators say Hackman likely died days after Arakawa. And the cause?
Hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor.
Hackman's pacemaker reported his last heartbeat on February 18th, according to the medical examiner, who also said the actor may not have been aware of his wife's passing.
I think the timeline that we've been given as far as the pacemaker results and the history and evidence that we found as far as the timeline of Miss Arakawa, I think a lot of the questions have been answered.
The Santa Fe Sheriff's Department says the investigation remains open while they wait on cell phone records, adding the couple's dog was found in a crate and could have died of starvation. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And Gene Hackman was a two-time Oscar winner with a career spanning nearly 5 decades. His wife, a classical pianist and creative partner. It is unclear how she would have contracted the virus, but the case was reported to the CDC. And there is a lot more news to get into tonight, so don't go anywhere. Coming up, TikTok's fate still up in the air, why the deadline to sell the app could be pushed back. But first, all the cool things to do this weekend.
And here's a look at your Bay forecast for Saturday, 53, then 57, then hey, we're talking 63 degrees. I told you Monday's looking good and Tuesday's looking even better. Details in 60 seconds.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Wicomico Civic Center. Browse the largest display of hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, and swim spas in the region with over 30 spas from 5 major brands at up to 50% off. That's this weekend at the Wicomico Civic Center in Salisbury. Visit spaexpo.com.
For nearly 25 years, Spicer Brothers has been more than a business. We've been a beacon of hope for families across Delmarva.
We believe in more than just roofs and bathrooms. We believe in lifting up neighbors, giving back to the community, and honoring those who served our country.
Every nail we hammer and every bath we install is a promise to build stronger homes and brighter futures.
This is who we are, proud, patriotic,
devoted to community and building legacies.
Spicer Brothers, built with pride because you deserve the best.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Wicomico Civic Center. Browse over 30 hot tubs and swim spas from 5 major brands at up to 50% off. Financing is available and show admission is free. That's this weekend at the Wicomico Civic Center in Salisbury. Visit spaexpo.com.
Don't forget, this weekend is daylight saving time, so yes, we are going to lose an hour of sleep, but that means later sunsets and one step closer to spring and summer. Plus, there's plenty happening this weekend, so let's start in Milton. On Sunday, lace up your sneakers for the 12th annual Lucky Leprechaun 5K. It starts at 11 a.m., and then keep the St. Patrick's Day spirit going with the annual Milton St. Patrick's Day Parade. That starts at 2 p.m. Also in Milton, Twin Branch Winery is back after
after an unexpected 15-month closure. They're reopening Friday, just in time for a weekend toast. In Ocean City, it's lights, camera, action at the 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival. It's hosted by the Art League of Ocean City, and the festival highlights filmmakers of all backgrounds. Flagship Cinemas in West Ocean City is one of the main screening spots. Saturday is International Women's Day, and the Milford Museum is honoring Women's History Month with a program on the secret Rosies of World War II. It starts at 1 p.m. at the Milford Public Library. And of course, we all know Rosie the Riveter as the women who worked in manufacturing during the war. This program will highlight the women who worked in intelligence and code breaking. Monday is Harriet Tubman Day. You can celebrate at the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad State Park. That's in Dorchester County on Saturday. It's an all-day event offering a deep dive into her incredible legacy. And if you're looking for ways to stay active and healthy, the Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo is happening Saturday at Cape Henlopen High School.
And for all the details, just head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Clap if you love your shell house.
Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends.
It's friends.
I was gonna say that.
Over half of children's learning problems are related to vision. It may sound unbelievable, but 80% of learning is visual. And very young children don't have the words to tell us what they're seeing. We use light to determine a toddler's prescription rather than asking which is better, 1 or 2.
Dr. Tracy Boss is accepting new patients of all ages, including pediatrics, at Chesapeake Eye Centers in Salisbury and Berlin. For more about Chesapeake Eye, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Don't settle for anything less than the best. Go Glass has developed a premium series of shower enclosures designed for homeowners who appreciate elegance and quality. Choose the Herring series for a frameless, spa-like feel. Our Chesapeake series sails smoothly along the track, maximizing your space. Combine strength and elegance with the Shinkantake series. For a bold statement piece, our Peninsula series is for you. Go Glass brings your dream shower to life. Your shower, your way. Repair, replace, upgrade, or enhance. Go Glass is your one-stop shop for everything glass, friendly and fast.
What are you doing here? I'm here for your 6-month crawl space inspection. Come on, follow me.
I should get out of these clothes.
Believe me, my friend, it's perfectly clean down there. I can't stress the importance of having braziers monitor your crawl space.
What is there to inspect?
Your sub pump, your dehumidifier, and we inspect your whole crawl space for you.
You can't beat that type of service, and there's no bugs down here. Which reminds me.
Son-in-law, is my room ready yet? Come on.
Absolutely.
As crazy as this, I know you don't hear this too often, but boy, you should really look forward to Monday. I know we're going into the weekend, but just hear me out and let me take you through this, okay? First of all, we're at 47 degrees in Rehoboth. Seaford, we're at 46 degrees right now in Georgetown. Now, this weekend's weather is not necessarily going to be a bad thing, but Monday's just going to be better. Maximum wind gusts. We had a 30-mile-per-hour wind gust in Cambridge, a 35-mile-per-hour wind gust recorded in Salisbury, and a 31-mile-per-hour wind gust in Ocean City. Now, earlier today, we were under small craft advisories. Those have been allowed to expire. However, winds are still going to stay a little bit robust for us. Out of the southwest, right now at about 19 miles per hour for us in Indian River Inlet, 13-mile-per-hour gusts for us actually in Seaford. And that's been downgraded from 20s and 30s previously. I talked about having a couple of renegade sprinkles pull on through. They have, but most of this green you see that indicates rain is actually a virga, which is when it rains in the upper atmosphere but doesn't quite reach the ground because we're just a little too dry for it to really be seen or felt. That's where most of this happened to be, just virga for the most part. Now, we have more in the way of scattered showers up towards Elkton and all that kind of stuff, but who's in Elkton right now? No, not too many people. Sliding on through and staying relatively inert or not active or not a big deal. So the storyline here is this. This weekend, a chilly start in the morning, but we will rebound nicely into the 50s, which is close to the norm or slightly above it. But next week, we surge into the 60s and 70s. That's why I'm saying Monday's going to be a good deal for us. Now, Saturday, the winds are coming out of the northwest again, but then they'll shift out of the west by Sunday, but pick up momentum, particularly in Milton. It's going to be about 29-mile-per-hour gusts. for tomorrow, we're going to see the sunshine really come out at about 2 and then stay out for the rest of the day going into the evening hours. See, we'll start off cloudy Saturday morning, but Saturday afternoon will be near 50 degrees with winds out of the northwest, so it's going to be chilly again Saturday, but clear with lots of sunshine. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sunday, we start off near freezing, but then Sunday afternoon, we rebound into the 50s, mid-50s, 55, for example, in Lewis. And that begins the momentum in the right direction until we get to this surge of spring. Warm air ushered in with this dominant high-pressure system with the clockwise rotation, digs into some additional moisture and southern warm, and just tugs it and just pulls it right, like tug of war, pulls it right on top of us, and we warm up nicely. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. By the way, don't forget, Saturday we spring forward, okay, because we're doing the time change thing, but Monday, 63 degrees. That's why we look forward to Monday. Tuesday, 65. Wednesday, a whopping 70 degrees. Hey, Christina, how do you like those apples?
I love those apples. Thank you, Paul. New tonight, a week-long boycott against shopping on Amazon has begun. The movement, started by the People's Union USA, was started to send, quote, a message loud enough to shake up the system. Organizers claim Amazon hurts small businesses and exploits its workforce. In addition to Amazon, the union is also pushing for people to avoid the other companies owned by the retail giant, including Prime Video. Amazon has not issued a comment on the matter. 7-Eleven is splitting into 2 companies to avoid a takeover. According to an announcement from the Japan-based owner Thursday, its North American convenience stores will become a separate entity. The move aims to head off a $47 billion takeover bid by a Canadian firm. 7-Eleven stores in the U.S. and Japan may share a logo and a name, but there is a significant difference in both products and operations. Mega Millions tickets will more than double in cost next month. The lottery says the new price will be $5 per play, and this is the second time ever the Mega Millions has upped the price, with the first time in 2017. The Lotto says it's overhauling the game, including by improving jackpot odds, and it says it expects more billion-dollar wins in the future. President Donald Trump is considering extending the deadline for TikTok to be sold. Thursday, Trump said he would, quote, probably extend the timeline, if a deal is not reached by the initial deadline. In January, the president signed an executive order giving TikTok's Chinese parent company 75 days to find a new owner. He didn't say how long that extension would last. He added that China will also play a role in the decision. Coming up in sports, Sanford and St. Elizabeth basketball battling for a spot in the Delaware State Finals. And coming up, time change tips, how to spring ahead without messing up your sleep schedule.
And here's a look at your golf forecast in case you're going to be lining the putts up. Well, tomorrow's going to be a little on the cool side, but we'll have more sunshine with temperatures in the 50s.
CoastTV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine the hidden gems you'll find. Sweet.
Ribs, please.
Imagine all the dust you'll kick up.
Yeah. Easy.
Imagine the memories you'll make. Yeah. And some you'd like to forget.
Buy a Grand Highlander with special APR financing for up to 72 months. Or get low APR financing when you buy an adventure-ready RAV4.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm. Easy to grip and massage, and the power of 2 max strength pain relievers. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot Pro Massaging Balm.
Is that our luggage rack?
Fix that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive for a hold that lasts for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. And for a clear fix, try Crystal Clear Gorilla Tape.
Warm spring days are just around the corner, and Tyndall's Casual Furniture has everything you need to create your perfect outdoor escape. Explore the latest styles in outdoor furniture arriving now, or plan your dream oasis with custom orders guaranteed for spring delivery. All in-stock furniture is on sale, featuring top brands like Pollywood, Casual Comfort, and Telescope, proudly made in the USA. Visit us in Laura or Lewis, or check out our new location in Frankfort, Delaware, opening soon. We're ready to help you transform your outdoor space. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no-breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Sam Calagione here, inviting you to soak up the off-season at Dogfish Head. Swing by Brooks and Eats in Rehoboth for $1 wings on Sundays and $12 burgers and pizzas on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Next door at Chesapeake and Maine, enjoy Monday Locals Night with 25% off and $15 lobsters every Sunday. And our Milton Brewery, join us for trivia on Mondays and bingo on Wednesdays. Come explore goodness at our Dogfish locations. Cheers.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The West Texas measles outbreak is now up to nearly 200 cases. According to a release from the Texas Department of State Health Services today, the total number of cases in the outbreak is now 198. Most of the cases are minors, with 153 cases under the age of 18 and 64 of those cases under the age of 5. The virus has spread to 9 counties in West Texas, and officials in New Mexico say there are now 30 cases of the virus in Lea County, which neighbors Gaines County along the Texas state line. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reportedly plans to study vaccines and autism. A source said the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services requested this study, despite strong evidence that vaccines do not cause autism. The prevalence of autism in the U.S. has increased in recent years, but experts say it's largely a result of increased awareness, changes in the way it's diagnosed, and increased access to specialty care. Don't forget to spring forward this weekend. Daylight saving time, it begins on Sunday, and while it will mean more daylight during evening hours, it can also disrupt sleep patterns. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a sleep psychologist about how to not lose sleep over the time change.
Here comes the sun. On Sunday, March 9th at 2 a.m., spring your clocks forward, but make sure you're also shifting your sleep.
With daylight savings time, it disrupts our natural circadian rhythm. So that's our body's kind of internal sleep clock.
Michelle Drerup with Cleveland Clinic says the shift in light exposure can cause sleep disturbances for days after the change. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine says it's also linked to a rise in car crashes, cardiovascular events, mood changes, and other problems.
Some people are more affected by the change than others. And people who are more affected are likely people who already have some sleep difficulties.
To lessen the impact on your sleep, experts say to gradually adjust your bedtime and wake time by 15 to 20 minutes before the time change to help your body adjust. Alter daily routines like meal times, which are time cues for your body. Get at least 7 hours of sleep before and after the change to make sure you're adequately rested, and expose yourself to bright morning sunlight the week after the time change to help reset your internal clock.
For most people, just, being mindful and aware, but also not getting too distressed or overly focused on it is best.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
A spot in the Delaware boys basketball state semifinal on the line tonight. St. Elizabeth and Samford battling. Samford gets going first. Good ball movement leads to Dwayne Jones in the corner and knocks down the three. The Warriors weren't done. The coach's son, Kareem Hunt, connects from the other corner to make it 6-0. And the pressure stayed on. Hart drops a dime on Jones for the easy layup, and it's now 8-0 Samford. And finally, the Vikings get going. Steven Nixon Jr. takes the lid off the basket for St. Elizabeth with the triple, and now they do it with some defense. Kean Alexander gets the swipe, and it leads to a breakaway bucket to bring St. Elizabeth closer. Back on this end, Trevor Webster steps back and rips the cords for a Samford three. Later, Webster keeps testing the defense, and this time he throws it up for Jaden Taylor, who slams in the alley-oop. Warriors in command early, but the Vikings always keep knocking on the door. Kenneth Hunter Jr. laying it in to make it 19-16 Samford at half. In the second, Samford picking up where they left off. Another alley-oop for the towering Taylor, taking the roof off the Bob Carpenter. And how about Hart getting downhill and somehow getting it to go? He and the crowd can feel it. The Samford Warriors win 54-48 and are headed to the state finals on Sunday. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Each and every Friday, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. We have personal features. We have fun things to do every weekend. You're going to want to read this newsletter, so go over to coasttv.com/sign-up or scan that QR code on your screen. And now here's a live look into Milford. We have one more check at the forecast coming up after the break.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Monday at 4 on Coast Life. Discover the healing power of sound therapy and how it's bringing comfort to those facing cancer. Plus, a look back at the rich history of a beloved coastal community. Coast Life, Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
At Delmarva Roofing and Coating, we believe in longevity. Since our start in 1988 and 10 million square feet of roofing later, we've gained the experience to solve your roofing problems. We combine those years of knowledge with cutting-edge technology to guide you through every project phase, inspection, maintenance, or installation. You can count on us to safeguard your investment with a reliable roof and service after the sale. Serving Delmarva for over 3 decades, Delmarva Roofing and Coating, above all, a good roof.
Cosmetic dentistry is providing patients with the smile they've always dreamed of. Becoming accredited in the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry has allowed me to provide our patients with just that. I've achieved the highest level of training in cosmetic dentistry. There's only 400 or so dentists that have been accredited since 1986. Come see me. I'm excited to help you achieve the smile of your dreams.
Schedule your free consultation with De Palma Dental in Berlin, Maryland today.
Is your garage door in need of an upgrade or a repair? Then Clark & Sons Garage Doors can help. We believe your garage door should be more than just functional. It should be a reflection of your personality and style. With over 60 years serving the entire Delmarva Peninsula, Clark & Sons delivers quality craftsmanship and exceptional service every time. We provide free estimates on new garage doors. Plus, we offer comprehensive maintenance services to ensure your garage door stays in perfect working condition. So call today and discover why Clark & Sons is the name you can trust.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
March's full moon is called the Worm Moon, and it's extra special because it will be a total lunar eclipse. It's the first in nearly 3 years to be visible across the U.S. Next Friday, March 14th, the moon will look like a striking red color. A total eclipse happens when the moon is full and aligns perfectly with the Earth and the Sun. Now, unlike a total solar eclipse, this celestial event does not require special eyewear.
All right, our Bay Health camera in Dover at 43 degrees, and we're going to drop down to 40 degrees by 2 o'clock with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. This weekend, we are springing forward 1 hour, so Sunday or Saturday night before you go to sleep, change your clocks, or at least your phone should change on its own. New sunrise will be at 7:20 a.m. New sunset at 7:01 because of the 1 hour jump. By the way, our umbrella giveaway winner, Brian Dawson of Lewis, congratulations. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Now, here's the good part. Look at Monday, 63, Tuesday, 65, Wednesday, 70 wonderful degrees. And that's the way it is.
Just beautiful. Thank you, Paul. And thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. For some more local news and weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 6 p.m. Have a great night.